Project Hail Mary is one of the best sci-fi movies we've had in years. It's also missing half the book. So a few months back, I was seated to go watch James Gunn's Superman movie. As any true movie fan does, I got there early, I got my popcorn, I got my slushie, and I was seated to see those trailers. And then this trailer starts playing.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. I just woke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment.
One about space, mystery, a dude walking alone in a ship. I see the beautiful face of Ryan Gosling. And I also see that Lord and Miller are directing. The trailer ends, I look over to Alyssa and I said, we are absolutely watching that. Fast forward about 7 months later, I'm beaming with excitement about this movie. I keep seeing that same trailer pop up everywhere. So I head down to my local library and I pick up Andy Weir's original novel. Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm definitely more of a manga and comic casual reader. Not really big into novels, right? But this book, chapter after chapter, I could not put it down. My imagination was fully captivated. The only issue is, due to these trailers, when I was reading the book, whenever I pictured Ryland Grace, I was just thinking of Ryan Gosling, which honestly isn't the worst problem to have, but definitely took me out of it just a tad bit. And then it was time for the movie. I got my popcorn, I had my slushie, and I sat down with anticipation all of these months waiting for this movie to come out. After reading the book, raising my expectations even higher, 2.5 hours later, I came out of that movie theater with so many thoughts and opinions. Things I loved, things I liked, things I was confused about. So that's exactly why we're here today. I'm doing a full spoiler breakdown comparing the differences between the book and the movie. So full spoilers ahead for anyone watching this, for both book and movie. And if you haven't read or watched either, go do that. It's great. Before we dive in, I want to set some clear expectations with you guys. The book is about 500 pages long, which is roughly like 10 hours of reading. The movie is only 2.5 hours. So no matter what, the movie was going to be fighting an uphill battle here. One thing that the movie got right is that they both follow non-linear storytelling, meaning that we're jumping from the present in space back to Earth in the past throughout the entire movie and the book. I know a lot of people don't like this aspect of this story, but honestly, in my perspective, I think it's a great way to tell two stories at the same time. The story of getting to outer space and the story of Rocky and trying to solve the astrophage problem. Okay, here's where we're going to talk about what the movie got right. Let's start out with this good stuff, because there is tons of it. Firstly, the visuals were immaculate. Holy crap, this movie is gorgeous. The cinematography, the VFX, all of it. We've recently found out that they didn't really use green screens. A lot of it was practical, or they used screens. This movie looked exactly like what I had pictured while reading the book, if not better. Especially those ending sequences where we're in space, where Ryland is outside of the spacecraft. Those are gorgeous. The visual team is going to deserve every single award they're being nominated for after this movie. Second, Rocky's design. It's amazing.
Hi, Grace.
I could not have imagined a better translation of what Andy Weir wrote down on the pages. Rocky feels real but also alien at the same time, but also gets that nice lovable best friend energy. And that's definitely not easy to pull off with a bunch of rocks. Next, the tone. The book is both very serious and also hilarious at the same time. So coming into this movie, I really felt like, oh, they're gonna go one of two ways, either really funny or really serious. But coming out of this movie, a lot of that humor stuck and stayed in this film, although it was a bit changed. Most of the humor in the book is Ryland nerding out over math or science issues or problems, but the movie shifts most of the comedy towards Rocky and Ryland's relationship.
He has incredible hearing. He can see through walls. Personal space is at a premium.
Who is Grace talking to? Question.
There's no way you can hear me right now.
Can hear. Who are you talking to?
You can hear this.
Yes, Grace say you can hear this.
What about this?
Yes.
Oh my god, look at this. Look how far away he is.
That is where he is.
Hello, Grace.
He's right here.
Hello, Grace friend.
Okay?
Because Rocky's just so damn charming. And honestly, I'll take it. It's really rare for a movie to balance high stakes with great comedy. And this one fully pulls it off. The next thing I really liked of this movie was how they changed the timing of one of Grace's flashbacks. In the book, when Strat decides to betray Ryland and send him off into space, that's happening way earlier than when Ryland decides to go and be courageous and go and save Rocky. The movie kind of put them right next to each other to show you the real difference that Ryland has gone through on this trip. He is no longer this scared individual. He's going out of his way to go save his friend when he could just be going back home. It goes from a very selfish moment to the complete opposite. The movie lines up those two moments perfectly, better than what the book did. You're watching his past cowardness and his present bravery in direct contrast, which makes his growth hit so much harder. This is smart and intentional filmmaking, which I give them credit for. Now, let's go into some more differences we ran into. These are just differences from the movie and the book. Both are great. Just kind of want to point these things out because that's what the video is about. Okay, the first thing is the pacing. The middle of the movie is so good, solid, perfect pacing, honestly. But the beginning and ending both feel super, super rushed, especially the ending. The opening is Grace waking up with no memories. This lasts about 2 minutes in the film. He almost has his memory back immediately. While in the book, it's some of Weir's best writing. It takes him chapters and chapters to understand who he is, where he came from, how he got there. His name. Grace slowly and methodically pieces it all together, using literally nothing but science and logic and small amounts of flashbacks at the start. In the movie, he basically figures it all out immediately.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. He spoke up from a coma.
And then just moves on. The ending is also a bit changed. The entire Tamboa breeding process that we see in the book is completely cut out and done off screen. And this is a big part of the book. We see them building and trying to evolve this alien species that they've just encountered to be able to withstand their planet's atmospheres. And in the movie, it was just kind of like, oh, we did it. Don't worry about it. While in the book, we were like, are they even able to do it? Can they do it? How will they do it? We don't see them evolve from Tamboa 10 to Tamboa 40 to Tamboa 60 to Tamboa 82.5, which is what can survive on Rocky's planet. Okay, another thing that they changed is the search for Rocky was shortened a lot. Towards the end of the movie, we see that Rocky's ship is shutting down because of the Tamboa getting out. And then Ryland realizes that, so he has to go and search for Rocky. In the movie, he pretty much finds him immediately and knows where he is. While in the book, he has to do math, has to use a petroloscope to try to figure out where Rocky kinda is. In the book, he talks about how there's a huge area that he has to search because he doesn't know exactly where Rocky could be or where his engine shut off, etc. While in the movie, once again, he just finds him pretty much immediately after searching for him. All this kind of goes into how I feel like the biggest thing that got cut out of this movie was all of the science and math behind it, which is one of the things I love the most about the book. The book talks to you about math and science and these complex terms and helps you understand them, while the movie doesn't really cover them. The science got soft. One of the things that makes Andy Weir's writing so special, same energy as The Martian, is that he makes you feel like the science is real. Every discovery, every reason, every number, everything matters. In the book, Grace figures out that he's not on Earth by calculating the exact gravitational pull of the ship down to the meter per second. He measures sunspots to realize he's in a completely different solar system, all before he even remembered his name. This stuff was truly thrilling in the moment. The movie sands all of it down pretty much and basically has it fed to Grace. We never discussed the significance of why astrophage is at 96.4 degrees. We don't really touch on astrophage's biology. Ryland Grace is a doctor in biology, and we barely covered biology in the movie, which kind of caused the movie to feel less grounded and more fantastical. Next, Strat got completely sidelined.
If you don't go, you die. We're the rest of us.
In the book, Ava Strat is arguably the third most important character in the entire book, second only to Ryland and Rocky. She is relentless, brilliant, and ruthless. A woman who basically runs the entire world's governments with an iron fist. She's not warm, she's not soft, she doesn't care about your feelings. She will do anything at any cost, including kidnapping Grace. And I felt like the movie really softened her up a lot. Makes her more likable, adds like these romantic undertones with Grace, and the book made it very clear that there are no romantic undertones between Grace and Strat. But Strat's cold edge is kind of what makes Grace's resentment later on and eventual acceptance so much more powerful. Losing that, I feel like, took away some of the emotional impact the movie had. Next, there's a handful of characters that I feel like were missing or they changed a lot. Du Bois and Shapiro barely exist in the movie. In the book, they're small, but they're still memorable. The movie completely cut out how Du Bois' inclusion of nitrogen was crucial to the breathing of the Tamboa. That got completely cut out. Also, Commander Yao got transformed from a very serious and stern person to kind of a joke character. Very funny, very light, which I feel like flattened out the crew dynamic a little bit. These were some of my favorite side characters in the book, and they basically don't exist in the movie. Now, the next thing is they cut out a big portion of Earth's preparation for this mission, and that's what makes the mission feel earned. In the book, we meet Robert Riddell, a guy pulled out of prison to solve a fuel problem by paving the Sahara Desert with solar panels. Yeah, they covered the entire Sahara Desert with solar panels because they needed to create energy to power the astrophage. That was not covered in the movie at all. We meet Dr. Leclerc, a climatologist. He's the guy who figures out that Earth has 19 years left, give or take. And he's the one who devises a plan to buy more time for Earth by releasing methane from Antarctica's icebergs using nukes. Completely cut out of the movie again. I was so excited to see them blow up Antarctica. None of that is in the movie. The mission just arrives fully formed. And I feel like we lose a sense of how desperate Earth was in those moments. It's really the small stuff, just the small things that confused me. Grace never named astrophage in the movie. That naming moment in the book is genuinely very charming, and it's just gone. Rocky isn't embarrassed when Grace watches them eat. In the book, there's a big portion about how their cultures are different, and Rocky eating is uncomfortable for other people to watch. It's a very private thing, while for us humans, it's a social normal thing. In the film, he says that he thinks Rylan eating is beautiful. Completely opposites.
How do you look when you eat?
It look beautiful.
Show me. Oh my god.
I don't know why they did that. It completely changes the book's cultural exchangements between Ryland and Rocky. The next thing they didn't really cover was, in the book, only certain people have a specific gene that lets them go into the coma for the journey. I believe it's like 1 in 7,000 or something, which makes the crew selection dramatically harder and much smaller, adding to why Grace was forced to get onto the spaceship later on in the movie. And I feel like a lot of that was cut out. So the verdict, where does that leave us? I had an amazing time in the theater. It was a great movie. The acting is great. Gosling is completely locked in. The visuals are top tier. Lord and Miller are unstoppable. Go and buy that ticket. Project Hail Mary delivers. I'm definitely going back to see it again. And if you can, go and see it in IMAX. Seriously, the visuals are stunning. But if you read the book first, you'll definitely feel like a few things are missing. The beginning rushes past some of the best sequences in the entire book. The ending cuts corners on some of the most satisfying science in the whole story. A handful of characters that deserve better got quietly erased. On first watch, taking everything into account, I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. As of right now, easily the best movie that's come out all year. The 2 points are mostly based around pacing and the things that I feel like were left out from the book that I really enjoyed. But that's my fault for reading the book. Honestly, if you have not read the book, I think you'll truly, really enjoy this movie. If you have not read the book, go watch that movie right now. It is great. It has an incredible bromance. It is incredible. You will have a blast. And then read the book after, because it will blow your mind all over again, showing you new aspects of this story. Because I really didn't say everything in this video. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching me ramble about movies. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, drop a comment, and let me know what you thought about the movie or the book or both. I'll be down there. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.